YOLO Composing Gloves here, and today we are going to be doing some stuff with Sofia Woodwinds. We're going to be making a beat. Here is a preview. All right, now that you've heard the preview, let's get down to it and make this thing. I'm going to load up a Sofia Woodwinds here. Just a reminder, there is a giveaway. This week I will be selecting the winners. In order to enter, all you got to do is write a comment on the walkthrough video that I have posted. It's going to be one of the much more recent ones. So just go over there and post a comment on what you like about this, what you use it for, and you could win one of these copies. We're giving away 5. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start off with the clarinet just because I really like clarinets. And there is like a gargly helicopter flying over my house right now, making some weird noises. Let's come up with just a cool riff. To get myself jiving here, I'm just going to throw down a drum loop real quick. And let's do something at like 94 BPM. I don't know, sure. And let's come in here. Let's name this clarinet. And on the clarinet too, while we're at it, let's put the panning in the center and bring the deca out. Also, I'm going to close my window because that noise is going to bother me. Yeah, there's like a helicopter floating over a house like right outside my window. It's like, what the heck? Maybe something dangerous is going on. They know I'm making a beat. All right, let's come in here. Okay, let's just think of a cool riff. Let's go a long note to a short note. Those always work out. C minor, what the heck? We'll go up. Let's see. Go from here to basically a C minor 7. We'll come down, end right there. Let's see what that sounds like. Do 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 do. We're just going to crawl back down to C here. There's no focal point on this. That's not good. That's not good. We need a focal point. Maybe we'll do something like that. And we'll be a little bit more, use the scale some more here, right? What the heck? Yeah, I like that. That's nice. And let's create a second phrase for this, a friend that it has. So do 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 do. This one might not work out. Let's see. Perfect. You know, that works. I jive with that. Maybe we didn't need the drum loop. So let's go ahead and toss down our pattern. Now that we have our first pattern, we need it to have a friend. So I'm going to write in another. I wanted to do another clarinet. And on this one, so this is going to be our intro. We're going to clone it. And on the second go around, we're going to have a second clarinet come in. Now this one's using clarinet 1. So let's make this one clarinet 2, just so that they're different clarinets. Nope. Clarinet, bass clarinet, or not bass clarinet, regular clarinet, clarinet 2. And is it loaded? I think we're good to go. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Let's change the panning on this one again. And we'll call this clarinet 2. Whoa, that's a crazy way to speak clarinet. And let's come in here, write out a line that complements it. So this one will come in on a minor third, go down. Actually, let's have it go up. So it'll be thirds. But here it's going to play a G, go down to an E flat, go down to a C. And we'll go, that's another, well, that's not a third. Yeah, that's a third. I'd be tripping. And this one, yeah, we'll keep the line pretty much the same, just make it sort of harmony. What the heck? And for the C, I'm going to jump down to an E flat there. We'll go here, up to a G. What do we got? This is a G. Let's go to a B flat. What would it sound like if I climbed here? We'll find out. And then we've got a D. The G could still work. I want to keep this voice on top. And so I'm just going to do a little big skip here. But if we do a big skip, we generally want to walk down to something. So if that's a B, that's a G. This is a B flat. So for the B flat, we will go down. Let's go down to the F. That makes sense. Back up to the G. And for the F, I'll go down to the E flat. And then we have a scale thing. I'll do the same note. And then we go G, F. That goes for C. And then down to a G. Ending on a perfect fifth. This could be, I don't know. I think it'll work. Okay, so this note, it just sounds kind of weird where it is, so we're going to get rid of it. Yeah, see this fifth is not that most satisfying thing on the planet. Let's we could go back up. That would keep it in range. We could go down to the E flat. See how much that's just a nicer sounding ending. And then right there, let's also bring in like a bassoon or something. So Sofia Woodwinds. Let's grab ourselves one bassoon. The bassoon. So we'll come in here. Actually, let's grab some flutes. Let's grab some alto flutes, man. Those things sound so cool. So we're going to load up here the alto flute patch. And now we've got that. I'm going to take away some of the close and add in some of the hall and the deca. And we'll center it, though, just because. And we'll go alto flute. Flute. That's what we're talking about there. And here, oh yeah, they've got like slap tongue. If you have a high velocity, we're not going to do it though. So we'll do that. We'll go down to a G. And then this kind of just repeats. So I know it's kind of simplistic, but that's kind of just what it is, you know? Now here, these could be softer. So to get softer, because velocity ain't doing it for us, we're going to move the dynamics knob. Actually, let's experiment, see if we want dynamics or expression, which would be more useful to us. I'm going to go with dynamic. Sometimes you're going to want to use one over the other, but it's like whatever. You go to browse parameters. Usually you're going to want to touch dynamics because that's the actual crossfading of the actual samples. So the soft samples are actually like softer samples, where expression just turns down the volume. So if it's loud, it's like a loud sample just turned down. So it's not as realistic. So we're going to go to edit events in piano roll. And I recently learned that if you actually use this for automation, it does not close this automatically, which is a big plus in my opinion. That's so cool. All right, so we're just gonna we want this to come in at a reasonably soft level. It's still pretty loud. Let's I want like a small swell, just a small one, just a itsy bitsy. Right click to do some of this stuff. And then we'll swell and we'll fade out. Thinking that this could start off even, like just come in from nothing and then hang out, swell a little bit. Yeah. Here, I want a swell. Swells, please. Make a swell. Okay, so we have like a little groove here. I think here's the part where I want to start laying down some drums, and I also want to save it just in case something weird goes down. So we'll save it as the good stuff. I know, my names are immaculate. I have the best naming scheme on the planet. You don't even need to tell me. If you want it, I could break it down for you at some time. Let's go over to the NI stuff, Native Instruments. They have some cool packs. Let's dig through, what's Drop Squad? Let's see. We'll go to samples, into drums. Let's go for a kick. Whatever. I think I'm just going to run with some of these sounds. Let's get down to basic rhythm. Let me envision a drum loop here. Okay, so I have the rhythm, but I disagree with the drums I've picked. But this is what the rhythm is. That's it. Right now it's just a loop. We'll probably add more as we go. Let's dig around a little bit more for a different kick. And let's try out like the Golden Shake sample pack. What the heck? Let's see what they have in the kicks. Okay, so I've picked out some different sounds. Our kick has evolved into this. Let's normalize it. Heck yeah. We have a second kick. It's called pinball. This is our snare. Hat. Second hat, which is only used on the last pattern for variation. So you get the idea. Now on this second pattern, I think I'm going to let it play out here. And right here, we're going to do something different. So on these ones, I'm going to make unique. And I'm going to add another Sofia Woodwinds. And we're going to toss on a bass clarinet and give it sort of a job. So let's go in here. Actually, let's go for the bassoon. I'm picturing bass clarinet first. We'll do the bass clarinet. Load that guy up. And this one's called the bass clarinet. And on this, I think we'll layer in the bass clarinet before we change other stuff. So let's come in here and just lay this guy in there. Make it really short and loud, or high velocity. Now, this is reasonably soft. Let's just dial him up quite a bit. We'll take the Decca up, the close up, and the master up. So boom, boom. There we go. All right, so we have our bass clarinet lines just sort of doing these little staccato notes. Let's hear it. All right, let's add on a bassoon now. So Sofia Woodwinds. Why do I keep typing clarinet initially? I don't know. You got me. It's a mystery. Let's Control S is jazz, be in the habit. And then I think maybe the flute will gain a little riff melody thing, and then I'm gonna call it right around there. So let's go for the bassoon. Now we have a contrabassoon, but I really like the regular bassoons. I found that these can kind of be a secret weapon depending on what you're writing. Like, these are just great. So we'll go bassoon, yeah, and we'll come in here and layer those guys in. I'm gonna give it the same line as the bass clarinet, because bassoons can do that kind of stuff. Is this too low? It's a bassoon. Of course it's not too low. They can do anything. Okay, so here, that's what's going to be going on right there. They're going to come in. And then right around here, I think right here, we'll add in a flute line on top. Because I feel like if I wait out 2 bars again, that's just going to feel like a long time. But if this is what the beat's going to be, then maybe that's the right call. I don't know. Also, I want to vary up the drums so that we have more of a sense of something's changed. So let's load up a flute. And this is just going to stay right where it is. I'm actually going to use the bass patch flute. And let's come up with a cool little line here. I'm thinking about starting out on a G and doing a legato thing down to the E flat, or maybe down to the C. That would be cool. Okay, so I've got a flute line dialed in. Let's bring the dynamics up, and let's also bring up the close and the deca. Bring the master up too, and take away the panning. Just gonna dial it in here, and let's play it from the beginning so you can hear the melody. All right, and now I'm gonna just sort of refine it a bit, make it these shorter things. Make that shorter. So this is gonna repeat, and this is gonna be like the main area. So on this one, I'd like to make the drum loop have a little bit more of a swing kind of a thing, and I think we could accomplish that with a shaker or a hi-hat that's got just really short. Yeah, something like that. And it's just gonna be like a rhythmic drive. See if that works out. And I'm going to make this one sort of variable throughout and possibly change up the drums on some of these. Velocities too are something we could mess with. And then here on 8, we're of course going to add in our stuff here. We'll go like that. We will change the velocity on this one to be like this and like that. And we will I'm going to alter this and make it as like a makeshift ending. I'm not saying I'd end it here, but let's just make one that would just be like, oh, okay. On the second flute, on the second pattern with the flute, I'm going to vary it up just so it sounds a bit different. And I think I'm also going to double it up with an oboe. So let's grab this flute line. Let's now add another one. We're going to add this time the oboe. The oboe, oboe. Call it oboe 1. Let it load up here. Cool. And let's just copy our flute line, paste it on over to our oboe. Let's check the range. We definitely could go lower, but let's just see what it sounds like. Now, I'm kind of tempted to write in some harmonies for this. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the first part too, so it's not just a flute by itself. Let's experiment with harmony real quick. Let's try out going down and on the first notes, adding harmonies. What is this, a G sharp? Okay, now we gotta do it for pattern 6 too. All right, so this is going to be the preview at the beginning. We've got a lot of notes in. That's what we spent most of our time doing. Definitely could grow and develop this a whole lot further. We've got some strong melodic ideas and some motifs, various parts going, so it's kind of a nice thing. So here is where we are going to put a pin in it. Yeah, so it's a really nice thing. We really get to a jam point right here. Definitely could expand this out. Maybe add elements of it moving in now that I sort of have this here. But that is what we will be making in this video. For those of you at the end of the video, thanks for watching. Again, if you want to enter the giveaway, just go over to that video and add a comment, and you could end up with a Sofia Woodwinds in your near future. Who knows? Subscribe and have a blessed day.